So have you been enjoying the show? Were you seated in the audience, or were you out in the production truck?
I watched the first match from the production truck, and boy, the concentration on Kim Adler's eyes, it's scary. She is very good.
I bet it makes you reminisce a bit.
Yeah, I had eyes similar to that when I was bowling.
I recall that. And there she goes. And you know what's interesting? We're looking at, that was the proprietor seated there, Dean Kerr, yes, and alongside of him, a WIBC director, Linda Scott. Here's a first look at Cara HoneyChurch. She qualified second this week. We talked about her from Australia. She came a much longer way than you did for this show.
Boy, I guess halfway around the world.
We want to use them and pay them off, but the trick is to pay them off on time every month is full.
Boy, a nice opening shot for HoneyChurch. You know, we did the telecast together at the U.S. Open last year that Cara was a participant in, finished third.
Right, that's right, yeah. My broadcast buddy. Well, sorry, you've been replaced. I have Lisa here now, you know.
You're in very, very good hands. That's good to see you again, Lisa.
Well, good to see you. I'm so glad. You've just been a hero of mine for so many years.
That face of Kim Adler, and talking about that, I want to mention quick, when you did it, Marshall, you were so intense on the lanes. People loved it. I mean, they did. When women do it, it's viewed differently.
Well, yeah, it is taken a little different light, and
because Cara continues to strike. You know, we've gotten a few emails in the office regarding the intensity of some of the players, and they don't seem to, some people don't appreciate it in women, and they're athletes, and they're out there competing, and they're just as intense.
I tell the youngsters on the men's tour, and I tell the same to the ladies, you know, you have to do whatever it takes to get yourself to the highest level. If it means, you know, really being very stern and concentrating like Kim Adler, then that's what you have to do. That ball's coming in a little bit high. 3, 6, 9, 10. That's going to be a tough spare. A lot of ways to miss that. Don't you think, Lisa?
Oh, you're not kidding, there is. Especially with the back ends going as much as they are. Just going to have to get the ball to the right of the 3-pin. Not optimal. That's the best way.
Make sure the ball drives in, takes that 9 out, although you can make a crossing over, but try to put the ball in between the 3 and the 6.
Career stats, 213 average, 46 appearances for this lady in her career. Television appearances, that is.
Well, that was pretty much the ideal way to make it. If you ever want to know how to make a tough spare like that, 3, 6, 9, 10, that's how you do it.
And really important in that situation because Cara has a double already. You don't want to give her a larger lead while she's just sitting there watching.
Well, Kim never wants to give anyone a lead.
But that's okay.
It's okay. And no one wants to when they're out there. So are you bowling now? Are you still bowling any competition?
Bowling a little bit. I'm going to bowl 1 or 2 tournaments in the spring-summer tour. And then I'm getting ready to bowl the state tournament in a couple weeks up in Portland.
Back on the strike, she likes lane 11, and we talked about that earlier. She prefers lane 11 by her choice in the beginning. Cara HoneyChurch now up.
Well, and Cara wisely has let Kim start, which means that she's going to finish on the right lane.
Second woman to shoot a 300 on TV, and that was at the AMF Gold Cup. She received $50,000 from MasterCard for that, and that bonus is still on the line tonight. If anyone shoots 300, it's another $50,000. Don't get hurt twice. The man And Lisa asked Cara, hey, what to do when you're struggling a little bit, and hey, no coaches around.
I think the best piece of advice I could give to any aspiring bowler is to really know their game intimately. Know what goes wrong, work with your coach and understand the things that go wrong, and if you can, perhaps get your hands on a video camera. If things aren't going so well, take a quick look and know what those 3 or 4 key things are that go wrong, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure it out fairly easily.
She leads by 20 pins, and she did exactly that this week, and she got her hands on your video camera, Lisa, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She and her husband, Jim, asked if they could borrow it, and we said, of course. Took it down. She saw some things on video that she didn't know they were happening. She said that her push away was just too high and a little bit too late. She fixed it. She's back.
She also said she's going to buy a video camera. So hey, maybe we can get a deal, because I'm sure a lot of players would love to have one. That's a good piece of advice. Do you ever look at video yourself, Marshall?
Oh, I certainly have, and it helps a lot, because you can't really see what you're doing when you're at the foul line. You need to have someone watching or to have video camera.
Well, Cara HoneyChurch has the lead, but don't go away. We'll be back with the rest of Boulder Rogue Open semifinal match after this.
Your home can build equity.
Now Taxes is getting up to $4,000 instantly.
While we were away, Kim Adler threw a couple of strikes in the 6th and 7th.
And this is where Kim Adler shines right here. She needed a double to get back in this match. Cara started out with a triple. Kim needed this double to get back in. She's been so good at that the past couple of years, since she has just really improved her mental game. That is where she shines.
Well, that brought her within 10 of this lady, Cara HoneyChurch, now up in the 7th frame. Working on a spare. She had 3 9 counts while we were away. Leads by 10, needs to start the strikes again.
Oh boy. She missed way right of her target.
Yes, she just pulled. It looked like her timing wasn't quite right, and
well, she has been fighting that.
yeah, and if she doesn't make this 2-7 split, Kim Adler would go into the lead.
That's right.
Now, Marshall, I wanted to ask you, you talked with me a little bit last night about the talent of the women out here, women versus men. I mean, how do you view the women bowlers?
I had a chance to bowl a match on Saturday before the tournament started. We see a great conversion by HoneyChurch, and the leading still, Steve Johnson and Pam Buckner bowl against Dave Husted, Del Ballard, and myself, and we bowled 2 games. We split 1 game apiece, but the ladies just killed us as far as totals. So I'm very impressed, and certainly extraordinarily impressed with the leader, Michelle Feldman. She has got a lot of hand, throws a great strike ball.
Come on. Cara HoneyChurch covered that spare up. We were showing you her going high and leaving the 2-7. We wanted to hear this story because I wanted to hear how the women beat Marshall here. It was very important to me, so I wanted to stay with that story.
We had a good time, and I've had a chance to watch the gals all week, and I'm very impressed, and once again just really pleased to have the ladies bowling here in Southern Oregon.
We haven't been here for a long time, and I am so glad to be back up here. It's beautiful here, and the bowling's great.
Well, I've been telling everybody how lovely it is in Southern Oregon. It's Kim Adler, chance to go into the lead with a strike here.
Ooh. And you talked about how good she is under those circumstances, and this time coming up light.
I saw a little bit of a let up there. I don't think she was in position perfectly at the line. She didn't like that one very much. Didn't quite get through that one like she has been. Ball obviously just didn't drive in.
It looked like she missed her leverage point at the release.
Absolutely. Well, she left herself with a little bit of a tough spare here. She's going to keep the same ball so she can get some angle going at it.
She'll trail by 10 if she spares here.
How do we do it? Well, here's something you don't expect to hear from me.
Powers it up. And there you see Adler trailing by 10. Cara HoneyChurch, though, with a strike up, so she'll have the opportunity to increase her lead in the 9th frame. Kim Adler will bowl the 9th frame first and really needs to set up a strike. Kim throwing 2 weights of bowling balls, 15 and 16 pounds. She alternates all the time back and forth.
Well, she said this week it just didn't matter. She was going to pick the ball that hit the pocket the most. And if it happened to be 15 or 16, she didn't care.
Max score, we saw 225 for Kim Adler. Oh,
Solid 8. And it's just think, Lisa, there's nothing you can do on a shot like that. I mean, that's exactly where you try and put the ball every time.
Well, just brought her max score down to 214.
When you leave an 8-pin like that, Marshall, maybe for the match, like what do you do right here?
Well, you can see the 5-pin just goes straight back. It doesn't drive into the 8-pin. And generally, when I left a solid 8, I would get upset. I know it's hard to believe.
No, you know what? I would have never guessed that.
But, all you can do is just get back up, get your spare out, and make it.
Just like that. You probably had to literally get up. I think I saw you on the approach once or twice after a shot like that. Yeah.
Sometimes the games will at times make you feel unlucky, and in the short run, there is luck that's involved in bowling. Now, over a 42-game format, the better player, the shot makers, they find their way to the top.
Cara up in the ninth can increase her lead to 21, but not to be, leaving a 7-pin.
7-pin.
I mentioned her before, but there's Linda Scott, the WIBC director from Oregon. She's been on hand all week as a part of WIBC sponsorship. And also the Oregon WBA officers have been here, as well as the Grants Pass local Women's Bowling Association board of directors have been here.
One's got a slide. Oh, she just barely made it.
And if she would have missed it, that would have been trouble. But that has set up a pretty good 10th frame here.
Well, if she gets a strike and then spares, that would shut out Adler. That would give her 215. Still a possibility of a tie.
Ooh, those famous ties.
We haven't had any this year.
No, we haven't.
We've had a lot of possibilities.
And with that 9 cone, a pretty good possibility of a tie here. Could happen. You may have started something, Marshall, by mentioning that tie.
Well, once again, HoneyChurch looked as if she just didn't have her timing there. That ball was well to the right of where she was trying to throw it. Looked a little off balance of the line, but fortunately, she left nothing but the 4-pin. Shouldn't have any problem picking this up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
That's a big surprise. Lisa, can you believe that she would miss that under those circumstances?
No, I can't. I'm floored. I mean, she's a great spare shooter, and I just have to feel the nerves are coming in to play right there. She got up on the approach pretty quickly.
Well, Kim Adler
after that.
Excuse me, Lisa, but Kim Adler just looked up at the scoreboard. She will need a strike on this first shot to be able to win this match. Strike spare to win. 9 spare, we could have a tie, and anything less, she's a loser.
Oh, great shot.
Oh, no doubt.
That was a great shot right there. Stayed right down at the foul line. Talked about her leverage point before. She caught that one.
Well, that's just a situation of a tournament-tested player taking advantage, of an errant shot by her opposition. And that's what you have to do when you have a chance. Boy, you really got to go for it.
Discipline. She's a very disciplined player. She goes through the same methods all the time. Saw Tommy Adler, Kim's husband.
Still needs to spare here, Lisa. So it's not over yet.
That's right.
Oh.
Left the 9.
She doesn't mind that at all. There's a smile. She knows that 9-pin is very, very easy for her to make.
But
well, we thought the 4-pin
I know what.
was easy to make for Cara.
That was my fault. I said that I really felt that the 4-pin was a done deal, but you can't take anything for granted in the game. And as good a spare shooter as HoneyChurch is, she missed it. Now Adler, the spare for the win and a chance to go up against Feldman.
That's a win.
Covers it up, no problem.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Tommy looks up to the sky. Wow, thanks, Marshall. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you.
Good luck in the